Hey there, everybody. Going to start season 27 here with a match against Rabid. This has got sort of a weaker engine. The certainly trash draw payload is all here. It's just not particularly explosive, and there's not, I guess, duplicates the closest thing you have to alt VP here. I mean, I'm still gonna do that, but I guess if you weren't going to try that route, you could try to build. You could try to trash a little bit. Like, you could open amulets and then go to a library money-ish kind of thing. Would be a possibility, I think. Which should do okay at getting provinces, but won't compete as well in the duchies. Your challenge here, I think, is that I don't think Urchin's all that great. I mean, the trashing's okay still, of course, but I can't quite decide what path to take. I guess if you were building this library engine, you probably play with Miser. Though it's not that explosive. It still takes a long time to get clean. Alms also accelerates the amulet play a little bit, or the amulet library deck a little bit, as you can pretty quickly get to a deck that's mostly silvers and some libraries. I'm trying to think if you can get to 5 provinces, how good their deck will be at getting duchies. I mean, duplicate will help there quite a bit. But they do have to gain and get all those duplicates aside. I'm gonna try not the engine and maybe regret it terribly. So I do have amulet collision, but that's okay. It's not a huge deal anyway. I mean, it's not good, but I'll have a 5 in my next hand if I want it. Of course, Alms helps the engine quite a bit as well, since you're not really sacrificing any economy going for Miser, since you just want to get 4s anyway. So I probably am going to lose here. I would guess. his opening didn't collide. I'm not sure if I would take a nomad camp this early. My amulets may collide again. I mean, he can get Lighthouse or Moat out of it, I guess. The Nomad Camp does let him do that. Of course, yeah. So, he has had really good draws so far. He should probably get another farming village. My draws have been not quite so nice. And then, of course, yeah, his draws have been pretty wild, to be honest. Here, not so good. So here his draws didn't come together all that well. Assuming he has some other terminals in here with his, with these. If he just has a bunch of coppers, then it's not so bad, but. Yeah, I really needed him to have that library in this last hand. This should be a pretty easy win for him. I will go ahead and start greening. Did I have that? No. But I don't know that I'm going to be that robust in my greening. So, in fact, I'm clearly not going to be very robust in my greening. If I get really lucky and if the top of his shuffles don't have farming villages, then I might have a chance, or libraries, but if he has those in hand, then I'm totally toast. I'm not really sure if a nomad camp is ever do a lot more for you than a, well, it will when you green, but I meant early on as you're building aren't, it seems like a duplicate is probably just a little bit better in that respect, or in that context. This draw for me is fine. This hand is good. But He will still definitely crush me here. This is pretty nice. Pretty nice shuffle. I should be getting about 3 see here, this is the kind of hand I need him to have at the top of his shuffles if I'm going to have a chance here, which is hands without farming villages. I should be able to yeah, this is really nice actually. I mean, he can double province probably here. He won't hold green all that well. Well, he won't be able to double province. He doesn't. Well, he might. So he's still, well, he's definitely not if he's going to this. So he might have to start. He may, the second miser may be for cash just so that, well, no, he already has $4, so he doesn't need to, he can miser for copper and still get 2 4s. So you might need to start thinking about duplicates here. I don't know. Like I said again, I'm really need him to not draw farming villages at the top of his shuffles, which is not that likely, but it does happen sometimes. He won't hold green well, so that's one thing I have going for me. Of course, I just simply won't. This should be guaranteed. Well, I guess unless I draw, well, it's not guaranteed. So he can double province here. And then I'll just, you know, I'll province if I can and just hope that he doesn't draw. I mean, I don't have any other out besides going for province if I get it. I already have the money, right? So I want to keep this amulet. I mean, I don't think it matters a whole lot. So now we just have to see. Oh, and I whiff on 8 anyway. Yeah, with 2 turns he'll get it for sure. With 1 turn there is a chance of him, some small chance of him dudding. Or not finding the nomad camp or whatever. But with 2 turns to go for it, he'll get there for sure. Well, especially with a library play, you can just filter till you get to, you know, what you need, more or less. Which all he needs is the nomad camp and a miser. So he can just, like, well, he needs a farming village, but so I'm not sure. I'm not sure on his draws. My draws early on were not good, though in the middle they were quite nice. And so what I'm not sure of is how his were on average. They seemed pretty good early on, but then maybe not so great in the middle. I'm not really sure. But I think he started, right? Yeah. So I'm not sure that what I did was that bad, but I'd have to I'd have to see it played out a few more times to really know. Because it's always a little hard to evaluate the luck from your opponent's perspective, because I just am not seeing his hands. Certainly at the start you can kind of track the hands a bit, and his early hands seemed pretty good to me, but I may have missed something else that slowed him down. So I guess I'm not prepared to write off what I was doing, although of course it's less flexible in the end because you just don't have the options to gain multiple to gain multiples. What is banded for? Is the money one? To gain multiple blah 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 blah. I'm not talking well. To gain multiple green cards. So here you really would like to get to. I can't do any profitable saving. I guess I could save if I was prepared to open with a 2. I could save on my next hand, or save a copper. Same thing. It doesn't make a difference. I don't think I'm prepared to open with a 2. Unless I had the 3-4. Well, the 3-4 would be 5-0, which would also be okay. But. So the question is whether I want to open with the Exorcist or the silver. So I'm going to do a dungeon, I'm pretty sure. The silver, of course, gives me some outside shots of getting to an artisan, which is really nice. And then the 5s, of course, are good. And trashing is nice, but maybe not essential. I think the upside of maybe hitting 6 is a little bit better. He's gonna save, so he's gonna be able to open, I suppose, with a torturer, which is a little less scary in first player, although he may hit me. Oh no, he had the, oh man. Yeah, so that's really nice for him. I could put a, well, let's see. I've got 2 estates. Yeah, I mean, I can save one here. I think I will, just to guarantee the. It actually doesn't technically guarantee it unless I get a squire here. I think a native village gives me too many non. Like if I'd bought a native village here, I wouldn't be guaranteed the artisan. There would be some chance of me not. Man, and then he drew the 5 again. This is gonna be rough. He'll be able to top deck a blessed village and then save something on his next turn. Save a copper. This is probably going to get somewhat ugly. I mean, you just gotta play with artisan here. There's no way around that. Maybe his artisan bottom decked. Okay, that helps. Okay, given that, I need to just not complain about luck anymore. I have to think about a silver, although it's just got to be no, right? This. The question is what to. Second dungeon is probably pretty nice. Maybe second silver's okay. I don't think so. I mean, unless I had exorcists, and I'm not seeing it. This is nice draw. I still think, well, hopefully his torture collided. I guess he does have a squire. Hopefully he's not setting aside a squire. That wouldn't be ideal. He probably takes... I would be at least willing to take native villages over squires for the most part. But it's not like a huge difference between them. So I am pretty happy to have the dungeons. So now I just have to decide. One torturer probably has to go, right? There's not really an out where unless I take the curse, there's not really an out where I get to play both of them. Of course, there's always this possibility, but this is still fine. Hopefully I find the artisan. If not, this is still okay. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would rather have some native villages in there. There's even some interaction with artisan where you don't top, like if you're gonna play the card you gain with artisan, you can top deck, junk. Which I kind of expect will be pretty useful. If you can get the villages and everything lined up to do it. So now I have to figure out if I want to save a copper. I do have an artisan in here. Whether I want to save a copper by native village or by the blessed village. The blessed villages should be quite good. That's a really nice boon to get. I mean, at some point it'll be okay to take curses, but so I'm going to see 3 cards and I have 2 villages in there, so there's a chance of some good stuff happening. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that he might play another torture, and then obviously I'm gaining the curse, but we'll just go with this. I think thinness is probably important. important. Wisp is pretty nice. So I'll get the Sea's Gift. Okay, so this is a really excellent draw for me. And I found the dungeon and the Blessed Village. So I may get him with a second torture here, although okay, we didn't. I guess I could have played that a little bit differently, huh? Well, this is still okay. So I already have a torturer bottom decked there. So I should probably add villages here. I guess still Blessed Villages. I mean, like I said, I think a native village might be good, but Blessed Village, of course, has some real nice upside potentially. So well, I can do it next turn, but actually, I don't really care about saving silver versus copper. What I'm going to do, I think this works. Because I would rather, if I do find the Earth's Gift, I would like to be able to use it. The dungeons are so nice. There wasn't anything especially nice about saving silver versus copper anyway, so there was at least some chance of finding. I guess he'll probably top deck the Blessed Village. There would have been it. Oh, he's gonna play for a little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna try and avoid it. I mean, he'll probably get a second one in, but if he doesn't, that's good. So given that he had it, I mean, I might have on his turn even there. Well, I'm glad I didn't get that one. Very nice to find the dungeon. It may not end up helping my turn that much, but it'll help my next turn, that's for sure. Okay, so we can save one of these and pick up a native village. And then I've got quite a bit of I should have a pretty nice turn coming up here. Did he get two blessed? Oh, right, I see. That's what it was from. So he's just already chock full of actions. So hopefully he drew. Okay, this was lucky. He's still going for squires, which I don't agree with entirely. So I would rather set an estate aside, although it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But I'm pretty happy to set aside a yeah, where's he now? I'm fine with this as well anyway. Setting aside the state versus copper isn't a huge deal with dungeons. So here, I guess to avoid triggering a shuffle, I don't really have anything else I want to play, right? So I should just play the dungeon first and then the torturer and save one of the blessed villages and not trigger a shuffle. Should be okay, or should be quite nice. So this looks like a save and a torturer buy. So far things are looking quite good for me. It's actually a little better to use the blessed village or to get the well, we know he has to have a torturer here because yeah, this should be pretty much over. I will get to set an estate aside here. I could get an exorcist. I think I'll just go with the villages. They're a little better. There's still another torture in here. I should be able to squire for buys. He just went to 0. I think that's probably not gonna cut it. Yeah, I should be able to squire for buys here and just save the blessed village. I may not find a torturer on my turn. I'm not sure that the shuffle I triggered was worth it since I'd already gotten him down to 0 cards. But And he had some other not so nice draws. Of course, I mean, yeah, I don't know to point to any. Like I said, I didn't love taking squires over native villages, but that's probably not deciding anything. Probably not game deciding. I doubt. So, what is colonnade? Colonnade's where you buy if you have one in play. Okay. I mean, you really do have to build here just because of the dominates, and the colonnade points are enough to kind of make that worthwhile, I think. The question, I guess, is you're for a temple or a remodel? There are lots of juicy remodel targets, and of course Lucky Coin is flooding you with silver, so I am inclined to agree with him. Obviously temple will actually thin you a bit better than the remodel will. I mean, the remodel does thin you in a sense because you're replacing the cards with draw or cantrips, but still not immediately obvious to me that. The other question is, like, how long do you keep around the Lucky Coin? And I'm prepared to say not long. I guess Forge is another option for trashing here. I think I'm prepared to up convert the Lucky Coin already to Crown and just buy Wishing Well here. I could buy Fool. I mean, I don't think it's awful. I may wait and see if he's gonna pursue it. I think there are a limit to the number of silver you want. I think I would have preferred to have more than one, but given these draws, I just don't see a way around it. I don't love that play, but I think it was the best given the draw. I wonder if that silver actually gets him something more than a copper would have. Well, maybe the other card's in his state, so you might as well wish for the good one. Hopefully he doesn't. Well, he couldn't, but I do like bandits here. I don't. I mean, I can go for a state or copper. It's not a huge deal which one I get, actually. In theory, I would rather have the estate on top, I think. So now I have to. I mean, for now, I don't really care if he plays bandits on me. I just have this one silver, and I'm okay with losing it. Oh, no, you can lose crowns, can't you? That, in fact, is a little bit scarier. So do we want to play for draw? Once we get into these bandits, it could just be a real mess. Well, he didn't hit my crown anyway. At least not this shuffle. I will buy an advisor here. I'm not convinced by the bandit, to be honest. But It's a bit sad to not pair crown with Wishing Well, but this is an okay flip for me. I am a little bit encouraged by the amount of silver he's gained. I think if he's going to go to 4, I think that's pushing it. I'm actually not even sure I ought to have I'm not even sure I ought to have bought a bandit yet, to be honest. I kind of was peer pressured into it, which is never a good reason to buy something. So my estates are gone, so it's copper and silver that's left here in the bottom. It would be good to at least be able to buy a Wishing Well. Well, I guess I can. I can't really guarantee that, but this will remodel estate into advisor. The I suppose he'll probably get a crown. Forge would still be okay, although it's a little hard to draw it with a big hand. I mean, maybe he can justify the silver gains as forge hunting. Really, they're good for buying forge, so that's something. But then you have to trash them out. But it's not impossible to do. I don't like the second bandit really at all, but so I have silver and copper, I think. Either one would be fine. One would get me colonnade points and one would get me an advisor. I don't know that either one is especially bad. Nope. Them's the breaks sometimes. Oh, it was just a 50-50. It was a kind of an important 50-50 though, to be honest. I don't like the second bandit. It just doesn't move me in any way. Probably the double advisor. I'm gonna crown the advisor, obviously, although I'm likely just to end up with a big hand of junk. Basically. Well, I mean, it'll be junk enough to buy something, right? But he'll toss the remodel, I'm sure. I mean, I guess there's a risk here with giving me advisor of me getting to forge. Forge is not great in an advisor deck. I mean, it's great to play forge. It's just a little hard to play forge. I was quite lucky to pair crown with advisor here. I'm not thrilled with getting this far behind on colonnade points, just because I think we could 3-pile here. If nothing else, forge is a card that forces him to have some hard choices with the advisor stuff. So his deck is really fat. Unless he gets something to thin, he's not gonna compete with me, I don't think, but we'll see. Since he has 2 extra silvers at least, I don't know if he's played the lucky coin a 3rd or 4th time. He's got 1 extra gold, and of course just the bandit itself. he does have more wishing wells, and I guess we're split on advisors. He has one more wishing well than me. I assume here he'll be up to 7. Maybe not, though. I don't know. I think I still have a silver, which I would not mind losing. I don't think it's doing anything for me. The bandits, I mean, the golds are really only nice for hitting 14. They're not. I mean, they're good remodel fuel that we're going to run out of. Well, that's not true. There's 3 piles of remodel targets, and so there's still like 19 decent cars to remodel golds into. Yeah, I didn't. That's reasonable. The remodel the bandit. He's got to toss the remodel, right? I mean, there's not... Okay, well, there's a lot of things I could wish for here. I don't have an advisor in the deck. There are no estates. Or, there's one estate. So there's... blah, blah, blah. Three coppers estate forge. No, there's a wishing well too, right? Maybe I only have one wishing well. No, I bought another wishing well. I'm confused now, actually. Did he play a bandit? No. So I thought it was three coppers forged wishing well, but I thought there was another. I thought there was something else in there. Pulling a copper out doesn't especially help me. Pulling the wishing well out might help me a little bit more than just pulling the forge, though if I'm not going to find the forge, then I would just assume leave it in the hand. Well, that doesn't matter. Let's wish for the wishing well. I don't actually know if I have enough actions to support that, but probably my crown there should have just been an advisor. I'm not sure. He has gotten to play his remodel quite a bit more than me. So I still have 2 estates. It's unfortunate. Ideal thing to top deck here would be an advisor. Well, he's got to know I have Forge in hand, and now I know he has Forge in hand, but well, we'll try it. So I got to trash 3 there, that's okay. Hopefully he doesn't have any draw in here with his Forge. Hopefully he has his Forge with a bunch of good stuff. Ideally. I at least drew junk with my Forge. Trashing 3 coppers is great. I know I have... Oh, I can just make him discard his Forge. See, I guess I was... I thought he had revealed... No, he... Okay, I was confused. Well, I just gotta get rid of that thing, right? He's gonna bandit me twice? Is that... I don't know if that's guaranteed or anything, but... I think I'm okay with him banditing me twice, although he may hit a crown. He may hit 2 crowns. That wouldn't be great. This is fine, though. Well, the second one's not so fine, but losing the gold is fine. So in the end, he's gonna have... I need to get some of these draw cards. Or I'm gonna be... Well, there go my crowns, so it's not especially important that I play the Wishing Well first. This time, anyway. Again, though I guess I have a little better odds of wishing. Like there's a... What is there left? There's Advisor... what did he flip? Gold crown, copper crown. There's Advisor, Estate, and copper, I think. That's nice. This shuffle shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully the crown is not bottom decked and he has to decide whether to give me... Okay, so this isn't perfect, but... so I can draw the Forge, and then I have to decide... His deck is so fat. Then I gotta make a wish. I would really like to have the crown, right? So now we need to decide if we want to forge or if we want to remodel twice. Colonnade points are all gone. I think I want to remodel twice. I'm not sure that that's right, but it's what I'm going to do. Yeah, my deck is nice and thin now. And his is just massive still, so okay. So I have 3 coppers still. Well, I mostly have unique stuff. There are 2 crowns, so that's not a bad wish. Maybe it is a bad wish, but... Okay. So now there's Bandit, Remodel, Advisor, and Crown left. So I need to wish for remodel or bandit, I guess. Since the rest are not such a big deal. I guess he's going to get to pick here if I play the remodel twice or the bandit twice. So which would I rather play? Oh no, there's a gold in there, isn't there? Maybe I'm just confused. Well, anyway. This is all fine. No, I'm not confused. He must have trashed my gold. At some point. Oh yeah, that one turn. This is all fine though. I play either one of these twice. It's fine with me. So basically I can remodel for advisor. I can get the last two advisors. I guess I could remodel for wishing well and then play the bandit. At least once. I would kind of rather have the advisors. Maybe it's worth... I don't know if... Well, I don't know if playing the bandit... I guess I don't know it helps him more. I don't really know if any of this is all that reasonable. So now I can just play for 1 gold and trashing the rest of the copper, basically. Or I can buy an advisor. So... Let's go ahead and finish cleaning. I think the overdraw will be worth it. And then well, he has a lot of money. He may get to dominate here. So that didn't work out, although he didn't get to play the forge, so that's good. I guess I probably gave him crown remodel there. Nope. Okay, so he does dominate. I'm fine with him dominating once, as long as he doesn't As long as he doesn't dominate repeatedly, I can live with it. So the thing to watch out here for will just be the piles. I should be able to have pretty good turns. I mean, I'm going to be able to draw these crowns, so this is not an issue at all. Okay. I would rather have the crown right away, although, okay. So, can finish the coppers. Can buy a crown, get an advisor, buy a crown. Seems okay. I guess the question is whether we want to be whether we want to dominate next turn or not. Well, we may still be able to do that, actually. Yeah, that seems fine. He must have his forge in hand now. This is going to be a pretty good forge for him. I'm a little afraid of the piles. This is going to be quite a nice forge for him. Oh, he doesn't have his forge. Huh. That's really weird. I'm very surprised that that is how he chose to play that. I mean, it is a lot of points. Well, it's like 2, 3 colonnades. I guess he can just... Or dominates. I guess maybe he can just rush down the piles. Between well, he trashed a forges there, but with remodel he can kill provinces pretty quickly. I'm not sure. I do have to save at least some of these wishing wells to drop the golds at the end. Unfortunately. I can remodel the forge now, I guess. Now I really gotta crown one of these. There we go. Now we can draw this thing. Or draw a lot of it. It's actually not going to work quite as well as one would want. I'm not sure if playing that advisor was correct or not. But okay, I'm fine with that. I think I'm fine with. So I can. I mean, really, all I need to do here is crown the bandit, right? Remodel the forge into like another advisor. I just need 5 of the gold equivalents, right? So the last crown can be one of them. Wow, that's fine. Unfortunately, these turns take so long. I can't remember what he has seen in his last hand, and then I can't remember what I need to prevent him from. I just don't know what he has in hand. I think there's another advisor. So he buys a duchy. So I can, if I hadn't killed the forge, I would have a win, I think. Anyway, I did kill the forge, so I can gain I can gain 2. I can province. Well, I can't double province here. That's just not safe. In case he has crown remodel at some point. There's no reason for me to either. It doesn't help me or hurt me. I just need to dominate basically here again, and probably convert a gold into a wishing well. It may not be right to even play the bandit. I guess there might be a win. If I can... It would be a really weird one, but it might exist. I don't know if I have enough crowns to actually make it work. I think I don't. So I think I do not have enough crowns to make it work. I mean, as long as I get another turn after this, it shouldn't be a big deal, but blah 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 blah. I don't know what I have. I don't really care that much. What's left? Bandit, golds, more advisors. This isn't... None of this is a huge deal. So if I can... No, I can't do the thing that I'm thinking about doing. Actually, what do I have left? Like a couple wishing wells. I guess the reason to play the bandit still would be to well, I think I probably should have just left those on there. But it's too late for that. So that's great to see. This is great to see. I'm not sure if this is right, but I hope that's the end of his drawing. If I had still had the forge around, I would have, I guess, maybe had an ending on my last turn, although the draw would have been different, so I'm not sure. I think he probably... That hurts. I don't know if it'll hurt enough to stop me, but it does hurt. What did he toss? Advisor and crown. That actually just hurts just a metric ton. Anyway, I certainly still have enough goods to get it done. It's just more of a pain now. So I have 2 provinces. So they're the kind of the crappy cards. That's not great. I don't really want to bandit now. Okay. I may not get there. Of course, I don't know what he has on his turn, but... I mean, I really need the remodel is the main thing, right? And if I can't get to that, then I'm out of luck. Or he can just stop my draw. That also works. We know he had advisor and left in his deck, so yeah, that bandit flip wrecked me. This really hurt me a lot. If he gets another province, I'm not gonna catch him anyway. Well, if he just mills it, then that's not true, so I can't really move up to a province here. Bandit play doesn't do a whole lot for me, does it? I think the bottom may just be a bunch of crowns and maybe not even draw cards. There's probably an advisor, but my challenge here will be well, I'll have a lot of challenges, I think. Jeez, that bandit wrecked me. This hurts so much, jeez. I don't... He's gonna have a huge hand, for sure. He'll at least be able to buy a duchy. Or tunnel. I mean, I guess I don't know what he'll at least be able to buy. But he's got a massive hand by now. He's got 10 cards. Jeez. Even if they're all coppers. Well, they're not all coppers. I know what a lot of them are. But... what's gonna... Yeah. Okay, that's good. This gives me a shot, assuming he just can buy duchy. Some sort of a shot, not like a great one, but losing the 2 wishing wells is not ideal, but we can probably live with it. He didn't trash any gold, which is helpful. He probably is going to... Okay, he's denying draw, which is reasonable. Of course. Oh god, I have to start. There's so much junk in the trash. I only have 2 provinces, so they're in hand. There's no bandit anymore. There's at least 1 crown. There's still some golds. And there's some advisors. There's a duchy. Okay. That's not ideal. If I had gotten any of those wishes right, I would have been okay. That being said, he could still have a pretty cruddy hand. He doesn't have his remodel, we know that much. Though he probably just has a bunch of golds. I mean, what? I have to just dominate, right? I mean, there's not... I can end it with a loss. That would be fun. Yeah, I mean, if I had made any of those wishes, I would have rolled over to the next... Actually, I don't even know if that mattered. Well, yeah, because like a duchy is good enough. I would have been able to remodel a advisor or whatever into... Anyway, I just have to buy the dominate and see what happens on his turn. I wish I knew what is left in his deck. I should know most of it, but giving him the Wishing Well is a little bit terrifying, but and maybe totally wrong, I don't know. I'm just worried about him just buying province. I mean, Wishing Well, of course, gives him a chance to find the remodel or draw cards or whatever, but okay, so now I have, I guess, quite a few more outs here. I don't know that tunnel actually mattered. Though I have more green now too. That'll help. Okay. Now I just need a crown or a remodel or well, I'll get it because I'm going to see all these 8 cards and I'll get one of those things. Okay, we can stop here. It was closer than I actually thought it was going to be whenever he didn't get thin. But I guess I made it out in the end. Certainly the deck I was playing is sensitive to starting hands, and I had good starting hands pretty much throughout the greening phase. So I was fortunate in that respect. That one turn where his bandit flipped my draw, that was unfortunate, but this looks like a nice little engine here. I would be a little bit leery of the well, anyway, there are a lot of opening options here. Hey, Diadem's worth 5 points. Good work, Diadem. Like Armory, you know, you want the things you can gain off Armory, but it doesn't help you win prizes. You want the draw from Alchemist, but it doesn't help you win prizes. Which makes me want to open Militia Raise. I'm going to open Raise for sure. Just the 4. 5-2 and 4-3 are pretty much equivalent here. It's not crazy to open with the Armory because the 4s are nice. It's just so, I don't know. I don't know that it's technically actually going to be much slower to getting to province, but of course the Alchemist draw is like super good. Though you could play Embassy draw as well. I'm not convinced of the Militia opening, but anyway. Here's to hoping it is okay. This Raise thing is pretty sad. I think I'm just going to buy another Raise. Well, maybe it should go ahead and be this silver. I'll go with second Raise. Well, these draws are really bad. Here, I'll go with the silver. I am first player, which is helpful. He gets a second militia, which is like, to me, just super weird, but okay. His raise missed as well, so that's nice for me. Question now is whether we get the tournaments or the bazaar. I guess it's probably can be the bazaar since we have 5. Assume he'll militia me here. No, he misses. This is fine. It was nice the estates missed. I mean, I missed another raise trash, but that's okay. I probably will buy nothing on this turn. It's looking quite likely. But he'll certainly militia me here. I guess I'll give myself an off chance of... If I find a raise on my top 2, I'll be sad, but otherwise I guess I'll give myself a chance at maybe buying a 4. If I find the silver. It's unfortunate we got both of these here. It doesn't especially matter. This was a nice little draw for me here. I'm a bit jealous of his gold. I could trash the silver, I'm not going to. Well, here's a question, whether we want to just flip the shuffle or whether we want to thin and buy another raise. Let's do that. Let's do the thin buy another raise thing. Eventually he'll have a turn where he doesn't play a... This is... okay. That's a little sad, but okay. So I did have to blast the raises there, but I did get to province and I got, okay, I was just super lucky. He doesn't even have a tournament yet, does he? So I should be in pretty good shape for this game. I think. I'm going to be more or less willing to hit the embassies pretty hard once we get going here. I'm going to take Princess, I think. There's definitely some arguments to be made about what to take. I'm not sure, actually. Princess is the best long term. Followers may help my turn right now the most, just because I don't have draw. I haven't found my militia yet. And I would like to attack him, and I was lucky to draw this raise with this estate here. I'm not especially worried about the keep points at this time. Followers, of course, hurts the some of the odds of drawing some things. This is quite fortunate, though he's gonna have he'll have his tournament, or he'll have his province now. I'm a little worried about piles. I mean, not right now, not this exact instant, but I really don't need the silver. I maybe should have figured out if my tournaments were going to be blocked before I went through this, but anyway, this is not so bad. It might be worth it to just double Workers' Village for now. I would love to get the Trusty Steed too. And I am going to. I'll pick up the diadem if I get a shot at it, of course. So here I'm going to go Embassy, Groundskeeper. Okay, I think he's going to resign. Or I assume he's going to resign. Okay. Yeah. I had good prize luck for sure. I was a little thinner. I mean, some of that is just first player. I don't have anything to point. Well, I did not like the second militia. That I'll be honest with. But that's probably the only thing I can really point to that I think was not so not so great from him, or that I didn't like anyway. Whether it was actually not so great is maybe not a thing I'm so good at deciding. I guess you probably want to go Ambassador Page here for your opening. I mean, you could go Ambassador Corey. It's a little hard to afford the pathfinding, though you would love to get it on the pages, of course, or inns would be fine too. But it isn't easy to hit 8, especially because Bridge Patrol doesn't help you there. It might be possible to stay pretty clean with monastery. Not convinced. Corey doesn't help you hit 8. This should be a bit of a slog. You can open double Ambassador. It's also a possibility. Corey, of course, lets you get the British Troll, which does let you load up on pages, which may be nice, just for the sake of having a lot of pages in general. I don't know how you get to 8. The person who does is probably going to win, though. Yeah, if you get to 8, you really have 2 options of either ends or ends or pages. And of course, just breaks even on hand size. It basically is like a village forum. You don't really need the village part either. We'll see what he goes with. I think there are a number of reasonable openings to make here. I don't think like it's automatic what you do, but so he's going double ambassador. I think that's totally reasonable. Hopefully I draw a copper here. Hopefully his ambassadors collided. You know what would really... a golden sombrero on this board would just be especially brutal. If my traveler doesn't miss a shuffle, I'll probably get to champion first. So he does have... the relic is pretty nice. I mean, really, that's an understatement. The relic is very nice. And I will buy one. I don't know if he had collision or if just one missed, but he did not have collision. So he'll hit me again here and pick up another page, presumably. This is all okay. He is going to be thinner. So he may catch me on the champion stuff in the end here. Fortunately, it's a 0 gain treasure hunter. That's not true. It's not the thing I said, treasure hunter. It's not really the worst thing to get silvers, to be honest. I'm going to stop converting pages now. I think. I don't know if I'll ever hit 8, but I'm going to try. It wouldn't be, well, it'd be a little hard to manage. Corey does not help you hit 8, although it's not bad to... Alright, I take it back. I'll do one more. I'm not even sure. I mean, I'm gonna play it, but I'm not even sure if this triple hitting warrior is that good for me. I don't even know. I don't know if at this point, I mean, I think at this point probably trashing the ambassador is probably okay for him. So this looks about right. I got pretty close to 8. Definitely would have been something. I don't know what to buy. I could buy Bridge Troll. I'm not sure that that's all that great, but I would do an in, except there's just no reason to right now. I would say gold is not bad. It may be quite good, but I think since I'll be able to gain one off my hero, I'll just... I think he may get me on this Ambassador War thing in the end. I don't think I'm going to necessarily get my my champion up much faster, or at all faster than him, and so I don't think I'm going to really have any particular advantage going on for me. So we'll see. He's got to have a warrior in hand, right? So that was fine. I mean, I would have been happy to... Ooh, he got the relic down again already. So... hopefully the hero is in this next hand. Okay. If the hero misses, that's not going to be great. So hopefully the hero is top deck now. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing because there's in. So it's not necessarily not that bad of a thing, but it's not that great of a thing. I guess potentially having the shuffle occur might get you the champion faster. That's true. So, like, on my next turn, I'll want to buy an in. Guess I can gain a gold because it's... I could gain a potion. But I think I'll probably gain a gold. Yeah, he'll probably get that hero up before me. Talisman... I don't know. I don't know if I'm convinced by the talisman. Maybe. I just hope I have 5 in my next hand. I may not have that. I may not have that. I'm not going to have that. Because he is going to relic me. I did okay on the pages. I didn't do so good on the deck size. So now he'll top deck as champion. Yeah. I don't know if I spent 3 on a page at some point, but I guess probably at some point there should have been a monastery gain or something to fight the deck size. Maybe, and of course second ambassador could have been done. Yeah, he flipped a troll. So now I'm kind of oof, and I'm relicked. I should be more or less sunk here. You could put cards on bridge troll. I mean, it's not totally crazy, I guess. I could do, I mean, since I'm not going to hit, so I'm definitely not going to hit 5. We probably just don't want to trigger this shuffle. The question is, can we make anything out of a monastery at this point? Probably not. What will be especially sad is if he gets to warrior or something really nice. Like, say, the champion. I guess the champion's too expensive still, but if he gets another bridge troll, then it could even be the champion. I don't know if I had a ambassador hide ever. I didn't think so. Maybe it's just combination first player and other stuff. I wonder if he'll get a potion. I don't think he's ever gonna afford pathfinding. Unless he buys, well, he could buy some golds now, or silvers. Then he could do it. There's not really an imminent 3 pile. I'm not sure if he didn't get to play his relic. That's nice. I'm not sure if getting that many bridge trolls is helpful to him. I mean, he can go for like a duchy pile out. Yeah, I mean, he could probably get the duchies if he just emptied the trolls here and then over the next few turns took duchies, and I probably couldn't make up that point difference. So I could have definitely believed in a just empty trolls and see how many duchies you can get next turn, see how many duchies you can get the following turn. I miss 8 from the bridge troll attack. No, the monastery, really. This is just not gonna work out unless the champion is in the next hand with some draw. Could even have emptied estates over the next couple turns. Would have worked fine, I think. I mean, this is already an estate win on the following turn, so. He can just buy 7, or not an estate win, a duchy win on the he can just buy 7 duchies. Like, there's no way I'm going to make up 24 points or whatever it is. Or you can just win. That also works. I just did not have anything. So certainly the double ambassador was the thing there. Or, I mean, you don't always end up thinner, but so it's 3-2 going into the last one. We've got Pouch and Peddler, which is sort of a... We have Pathfinding again, there's no trashing, and there is Mountebank. And any number of good targets for the Pathfinding. You could open Patrician Tracker, I guess, on your fort. I don't know if that's worth it or not, but does Tracker give buy? I always think Tracker gives buy, but it's Druid that gives buy. I've kind of been feeling like doing these dumber open, or I don't know if they're dumber. I mean, the main thing here is really your Mountebank, right? It's pretty much the whole story. And then, you know, whatever else you can mix in is just sort of icing on the cake. Well, I mean, you would love to get a bunch of peddlers, of course, and pathfind them. I don't know if does it, whatever. I just want to try something stupid. It doesn't make any sense. The Patrician is just literally just nothing at this point. I mean, the only thing it does is help you get to peddlers, right? That's just the only thing it does. So it's pretty stupid. I'm gonna open with a Wishing Well too, maybe. I'm gonna get rock. Like, what I'm playing is bad enough to just lose to like Mountebank money, I think. What I'm envisioning. But we'll see. I guess there are a number of boons that can make Tracker sort of a silver equivalent. I know there are a couple, of course, that do it literally, but there are a few others that make it somewhat likely, or really only a couple others. But I am gonna be able to buy Peddler if nothing else here. He goes with double Wishing Well, which is fine. I'm gonna in fact be able to do something a little bit better than that even. Well, that was somewhat of a crazy turn already, so I better take the mountebank, although, oh yeah, I can top deck it. And I got to trash a estate. That's kind of nuts. That's like super nuts, actually. Okay then. So the question now is whether I would like to get a second mountebank. In a world where I'm drawing my deck, the answer is no, but man, are we living in that world? I can't imagine we're living in that world. So here I'll probably go Wishing Well Patrician. I assume he'll get the mountebank play in here. I had to have an estate. So I've got estate, copper, patrician, mountebank left. That's not right. Estate. I don't know what I have left. This is all the coppers. So estate, tracker, mountebank, patrician. I think, is that what I said? I don't remember now. I don't know what he'd probably double Wishing Well here. I mean, at this point that'll bring him up to 4 Wishing Wells, right? And bring him up to 5 Wishing Wells. So that's pretty reasonable to go with as his his eventual pathfinding target, right, is pretty good. It's a bit strange to Wishing Well there, I think, but I guess not on the last one. It was weird to wish it on the first one, I think. Well, the first one may have been his last one too. Okay, those wishes are fine. I take it all back. I'm going to compete on the Wishing Wells partially so that, well, I kind of have to decide. So he swaps to patricians there. He gets to discard. I will get to block if he plays. Still no Peddler's bot. Of course the decks are going to be a bit messy. Well, more than a bit. Not easy to hit your pathfinding anyway. Okay, that was really lucky. So the Emporium, I guess the question is whether I want to, if I think leaving him, I guess the question is if I think Emporiums are, if I think I'm going to get the points off the Emporium more likely than him, then I might want to leave one, or I might want to prefer Peddler. Now, on the other hand, I do have, it's also a good, it's also a decently good pathfinding target for me since I have 3 patricians. I think I have 3, yeah. So that gives me 4 of those things. I think he must have his Mountebank in hand now. I think maybe my last card is a Mountebank. I'm not sure. He did not quite get to Emporium being worth points, but he can buy one in Peddler, which is quite nice. I still have 1 or 2 less junk cards than him because I trashed him, or 3 less junk cards, I guess, actually. So we're tied on points, which means I have 1 less curse and copper pair because I trashed an estate. This is a weird game. So he goes with Peddler. I mean, I certainly agree. Obviously, you're going to get 1 Peddler for free. I guess he has the same question. He just takes the import. I mean, I definitely agree with those buys. This is not great. Oh, that's okay. I could wish for like a patrician or something. I mean, I could wish for some sort of action card, which would give me a shot at would have given me a shot at buying an Emporium, but for points. But we'll just go with this. He'll probably get a little bit ahead on the Peddlers. I'm getting to hit him a lot with... I wonder if a Diplomat at some point would have been reasonable for him or me. There's no way I know what the last card is. I mean, I could go and figure it out, but it's like a huge pain. I could at least, I guess, eliminate coppers. Well, there were 3. No, I mean... I have 9 coppers, I guess. And here I didn't... Here I had some in hand, but... He buys an Enchantress. I don't really love Enchantress. I think I've seen the estates. We'll just say copper. I didn't really have any idea, but I am getting really lucky continually. So I could take Emporium for points, or I could pathfind something. This is like the pathfinding isn't going to help me that much this turn. I could put it on Wishing Wells. I have some of those, but most of my Emporium stuff is already here. So it's not that great on this particular point. I mean, Wishing Wells would have been reasonable, but I should at least when I start the shuffles at least kind of count estates and stuff. The enchantresses are just so bad, right? They just have to be. This will be another Emporium for points. I don't even know if there's any coppers left, but of course, if I draw a pouch now, I just win. I mean, unless he gets some points here. And I will certainly take points if I can get it. Or I'll take points now. And we just sort of have to wait until I draw pouch. He could get a province that would stop me, but he's not going to get a province. His deck has too much garbage in it. I don't know why I'm doing this. Right, 2 curses is fine. Just checking it. I definitely... Oh, I guess we had oh no, I bought 2 at the end. I was gonna say I definitely got a lot better mount-to-bank luck than him. Of course, my stupid patrician tracker opening had me at top deck mount-to-bank turn 4, which is not something I particularly deserved. That was the only time I played tracker the entire game, I think. I get collided every single other one. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm going to play, I think Aku and Tracer are playing this evening, or maybe very, very shortly. So watch them, and then I'll be playing Marcus tomorrow. So I think 2 hours, about 4 hours from below now. That doesn't make any sense, but 2 hours earlier than this one started. So see y'all later.